I already see what y'all trying to do based on your behavior. And I have you recorded, and it's your word as a doctor against my word. And I told you out you were on a recorded line, but then you still acted nasty. After I asked you in the nicest way, you want to retaliate on me for complaining on a VA. And I'm tired of getting these responses when it should be, I told you and I tried to explain and you cut me off. This is unprofessional. You're hiding for doctors and it's wrong and it's retaliation. You had the VA hotline. No, you had the VA hotline. I'm going above and beyond. I just looked at my Wi-Fi, so I was like, I don't want to say what it's like. It's all good in the hood. I got a joke for y'all before I proceed to go politically right, not left. I don't even want to say left. You know, they always, raise your right hand to tell the truth. This is right. That is wrong. They would have gave it away if they said, this is right. That is left. And on and off talking about another traumatic event from an individual who should not know me, but she knows me and she's Hispanic. And I've addressed it if y'all are new and just joining and don't look at my Facebook page. But I gave you the address to where I get my wigs from. And I want to tell you something. I think she orchestrated these Amazon delivery drivers, which I've complained on numerous amount of times, taking my wigs and using them and opening them or changing them and doing other stuff possibly with them. It just had to mess up. Okay, I'm gonna read from script. This is my little short, long time having lidocaine patch. Go ahead and call your friends of your friends to friends of your. You can call your friends, and maybe we could be friends. I love it when they call me Big Papa. Ain't nothing big about me. No, I'm just kidding, man. I don't care about people that are big. I used to be big many of times. Big Luther, small Luther, big cloud, small cloud. You know, that is my name. So, I wanted to get into what we're going to talk about today because as you can see, I am being covered on many different platforms and I wish it could be more. But I'm kind of happy right now. Today, someone matches a little below, if not further below, but enough money to get a legit or a couple of them, a legit platforms that are major, sort of like Facebook. There are not many out there. I got lucky with Bigo, but I'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I got Restream, but I just think it's just streaming videos for me to record and post out. But it's nothing like these platforms I'm on right now. Now, yes, I dressed down. I did it on purpose because I like no reason to dress up. I had one outfit on, I was dancing. So I figured I'd get a little exercise in. And then I tripped up over that with the pain I'm feeling right now because I haven't done it in months. So I'm happy about that. I mean, it's just no greater than basic training pain when you do strenuous work, but I do have pain. I try to keep it from getting to a heightened level, which would cause an emergency room visit or some random visit. I'm never going to the emergency room here ever again. But do you get what I'm saying? So I'm going to read from script, call your friends, and maybe we could be friends. And we will see. I had to shorten it, so I'll read from the script from Chat GPT. Dang, this is a whole dissertation I wrote. I would write it in my words. Let me see how much I wrote. Yeah, I wrote the sound. He matched me, but he changed some words around. Chat GPT. I had to cuss him out, but he was kind of right on a 55%. to 45%, no, 60% to 40% scale of the way I dialect towards him, what I was trying to say, and he caught it. And I didn't get mad at him in a way where F you, I'm never using you again. But I told him, no, it's not like that. I have every right to be mad. And I was cussing and everything. And then I just completely scratched that out. I could delete the script, but it's never really deleted. But I didn't say anything about hurting or harming. I just threatened him with my thoughts. My thoughts. You will never know what I'm thinking unless you have a secret clearance to read people's thoughts, which they won't confirm or deny. But the thoughts in my mind are safe as it comes. So I can think a whole bunch of slew of shit. And so when I play with dialect, sort of like what Bernie Sanders do, and I do it in a good way, he do it in a bad way, threatening people like Melanie Trump, talking about, I don't know what your family thinking, especially Melanie. Just belligerently getting away on C-SPAN, you know, Democracy Now, all of those legit fake news companies, traditional media that goes around and put out fake news. And some people bought it. I never bought it, Trump. I never used to be entertained in the news at all. I did not care. I noticed that a lot of black on black crime was happening, or sick white men and women doing stupid shit, like the woman that strangled her 3 kids, and people are actually paying to support her and blaming it on the government. I never took it there. However, my thoughts, my patterns are all consistently to myself. So, and you can arrest me for my thinking all you want, but you're going to have to show some proof unless I say it out my mouth what I'm thinking. Do you get it now? I mean, let's look at the recap. I've been detained twice illegally for a totality of 54 days from corrupted officers and women officers. They took away my life. They probably joked about it as this was a good hit, as if this was my life, that they want to do what they want with it, showing me the power that they made it stick illegally. Twice, same officer who's probably calling around all the places that I submitted applications to and getting the 3 people, women that are of other ethnicities, to try to throw salt on my game to get me to stay here longer when it's not legally binding by law that I have to stay in this place. I cannot get arrested for getting out of my lease due to your fuck ups, due to you knowing about the orchestration. I was willing to let it go until you told me about the whopping $6,000 bill. You think I'm just going to use what money I have to pay for? That makes absolutely no sense when my contract should have been, it was just all set up and organized. I'm asking you to ignore what I'm saying if I did put in an application with you. Because by legally, I haven't put nothing in stating I'm moving. For all they know, I'm going to pay my rent. So I'm telling you to bypass that because I'm in the clear for right now. And a lot of people have to do this when their sanity is at bay, their mental health, their dental, their physical, their emotional, their catastrophic, unrecognizable people, that the catastrophic, unrecognizable people that maliciously, corruptly, with malicious intent, vindictive, sick, abusive, assaulting people do towards me here. No, that wasn't written, but you get what I'm saying. So now we're going to go by script. You will get mailed the keys. Remember that. Until I get keys in one hand, I'm not releasing myself from no lease from you. It's not going to go down the way you hope. Today's episode is about my recovery, my political journey, and my decision to move forward peacefully. I want my participation as a legal. People act like it's abnormal that I'm a legal FEC candidate for president. No one was asking to make the nationals. I was playing around with it, but I don't want to make primaries nor be in front with my cheap wigs and low income money around 7 to 12 people on a podium and people I don't even know digging up their nose, purposefully doing shit to throw me off, to be focused on them and not focused on valid questions and sweat my ass off, not being not coordinated and not concentrated enough to focus through tough time. Because I'll tell you something, if I had what Trump had in his system, it would be over really for y'all. Because on camera, I'm one way. I can outspeak anyone. And that's what they can't take. I can oppress and suppress and lower my thoughts until I feel threatened in a sense that you're trying to either use me, you're trying to abuse me, and you're trying to be funny or act dumb. And then the real me come out. Then not saying I'm fake, but take it back and reflect on my behavior. I don't go in verbally for the kill until I'm given a reason to reflect on what you are saying, because the eyes are the window to the soul. You cannot lie. I don't care how patient you sound, how covertly narcissistic you sound. You give me 3 days or less, and I can, or minutes, and I can read through people. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and the mouth is the doorway. How I look at you, I wait on your reaction to know where I stand with you. That could be through text, that could be through email, that could be through any form of communication that you're looking at to have to type. We know ain't no blind people typing. So if you're trying to work with me, I'm trying to work with you. This has nothing to do with anybody in the other states. Everything to do with the emails I see, the texts I see from other people within this state, the absolute harassment. I have over 2,000 messages from mostly Washington in various locations talking about Trump. There has been Trump people that, not Trump people, but people claiming to be a part of Trump, muscling me, trying to muscle me out of my debit or ATM card when I know if I'm ready to pay, which I don't have it like that, I know his number. That I think it's 8787. It's no way I'm ever. People know too much about me already to give out information unless it's about a application for something. I ain't giving y'all nothing else. And haven't y'all done enough? So I am a legal candidate and I put myself there. Y'all get your friends, y'all get your endorsements, you have your money, fine. But you couldn't even let me have 1/10, or let's just say 10% of 100,000. That is the saddest thing I ever seen when I legally have a binding contract for my $10,000 from Washington, a Democratic state. They want to keep me here so they can lock me up. There was one article before I got here that made me really think. I haven't heard nowhere about where I'm moving, but Trump challenged the AI that they were abusing in Idaho and Seattle. He didn't like how they were abusing. And I said to myself, well, I don't have the funding like that to go any further than this. And then a thought ran across my mind in Seattle. What if they try to detain me there? I don't know why it did, but I was like, you know what? I'll cross that bridge when I got to it. Because my goal while living here was to get a house. And I didn't go with my gut instinct. I don't feel that way about the next place because I won't even describe it, but it should be good. And I didn't go with my gut instinct, but I had to leave Seattle. I washed my hands of Seattle. I owe no debt in Seattle other than the dissolution of my businesses that they enjoyed putting me through hell with. I tried to get another business at Coverall, which they were going to try to make it hard or kill me. I tried everything to do what I needed to do to build. And therefore, this $10,000 that should have came to me by now from Y Unified it's been delayed by Washington State. After all I did to pay and put money into your city and state, you're sick. You all are sick out there. And where I'm going, I should be good. Every time I look for clues. What are the clues that can get me glued in enough to be stable and be around like-minded people? It's not going to be easy. Hold on, y'all. It is cold as shit in here. It's not going to be easy at all. But I know it will be nothing like here, and it will be nothing like Seattle. It will be nothing like Democratic, and all of them are Democrats. It will be nothing like Maryland. It will be, which is Democrat. It will be nothing like Pennsylvania, which is Democrat. It will be nothing like California, which is Democrat. I don't know what possessed me not to eat. This was before Grok and Chat GPT to not even look up these states. I am a legal candidate, and that is all to it. And I still remain documented as a part of public record. I'm on Ballotopia with the cheesy photo that they won't switch out, the little bit of publicity that they give me if they decide for it to show up. Like I said, I fully understood that my campaign, I only got $200, less than a $5,000 threshold to even start the voting process for to become a national success. And I don't even have a vice president, but I still took that binding contract and legal process myself as a legal candidate, knowing that they can't exclude me at all because it's legally binding. However, I wouldn't get far, but they still put me as if I was about to make national. I haven't been on the news. I made myself worldwide. So why are they doing this to me? And then it reflects back, like I said 2 shows ago, on Trump, my love for him. I voted for him 3 times, even when he lost, and was so devastated. I never gave up on him, legally and unlegally, if that even is a word. I was in locked up as he had to go to jail, and I watched his picture. I was locked up as I watched him have to go through court and speak to the people as he was campaigning with sick and twisted judges, making him act irate in court for frivolous shit. I watched. A white man would not put himself through that. I watched as he got shot by some sick white man that wanted to shoot him by fake, by the CIA, by whatever technology watches over him. It only hit his fucking ear. Whatever was watching over him with stealth power, they did something. I know it, and he can never confirm and deny it. He was supposed to die that day. And I was so sickened that most of the people that's killing and trying to attempt to kill someone like him are whites and they're democratic. They killed Charlie Kirk. He was into the LGBT. It must be true that my love for him supersedes all these sick individuals involved. I can't name them, and I don't care no more. My love for him is genuine for the little bit of money he pays me at max. You can't even take that. Becoming involved in the political process meant something important to me, and they keep trying to take away my dream. Let me be on the FEC and leave me the fuck alone. I exercise my right not only as an American citizen, but a veteran, a couple of business that failed because of oppression, and Republican, proud Republican, to participate. I don't even like saying democracy because I know what it means. That means for the people, but it just sounds too much. That's part of it, but it just sounds too much like Democrat or Democrat. Democrat. You get it? They chose the name, not me. So blame hundreds of centuries ago for their name, or it's 250 plus years. Let's just give or take. And to express my political beliefs. During this journey, I experienced events that I believed to be involved as jealousy, lots of jealousy. Every time I think I'm moving forward with something with a woman or a Democratic man, they jealous. They start trying to oppress me either for a woman or because they just don't like my style. Discrimination, to be discriminated upon just because race, gender, creed, religion, whatever, race, ethnicity, whatever. Political hostility because of me being a legal candidate as president, improper treatment. It's been 99.9% of improper, all of those things I just mentioned, plus improper treatment of everyone in this city who keep trying to make me look crazy. That's exactly what my father did to my mother. And I'm not taking it from no white man, woman, black man, fucking that up, Hispanic, other ethnicity, any other ethnicity, any race. Don't treat me like I am that crazy. In violation of my rights. These allegations and personal interpretations of what happened that I see within my scope. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Read in between the lines of what I'm saying because I have no reason to lie or talk a whole bunch of shit towards the police. I am suing them for $5 million. Will I ever see that money? Probably not. Will it be documented that I tried? Yes. If I could get my hands on that tape, will it be a slam dunk case? Both tapes, March 11th and June 29th. Hell to the fuck of rules. Yes. Some of the individuals and organizations involved may strongly dispute my account. I don't care what they think. I was called a racist by immigrant, and I was hit by a door by the police officers purposefully, knowing I have arthritis in both of my shoulders. I have no legal team or legal process because nationwide they blacklisted me. They oppressed me, asking for more records when the records are right there. Fuck you all, lawyers. I did it myself. I have pursued a legal civil claim involving the Boise Police Department. Like I said, $5 million from the the city of Boise, which keeps sending me weird shit. Talking about I don't have a case, which makes no sense. They're all covering from each other, from the mayor, Lauren McLean, that's a racist, white supremacist woman, to Lauren Nicelli, that I tried to put a restraining order on, part of the Democratic Party, from Tim Walz coming on the 7th of March and me being detained on the 11th of March. It's just not making no sense. Filing a lawsuit does not guarantee I will receive money, but at least I have my pride. And I'll tell you this, I'll wait as long as I can for that $100 check. If it don't come, it's every other check that don't come while my mail was being wide open purposefully. I didn't have no safe mail here since day zero. But y'all made sure y'all sent it when I was locked away. No checks has come, no jack shit. I ain't looking for shit from this place or any city or state of this place. I am currently waiting the appropriate parties, including Police Chief Chris Denson, if named in the he is named in the action, to be properly served and giving an opportunity to respond, which I know he'll just prolong it, as well as the videotape and footage. And so he can find a way to detain me or smear my name wherever I'm going. All I wanted was a fair and transparent, which is means clear to all those illiterate people, legal process. If I do not receive a response or see any meaningful progress, I will continue using lawful procedures. I I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't want them knowing no address. They got my whole car rigged. They got my phones rigged. They got my computer partially rigged. They are just nothing but evil white men and women that prolong my dental, my mental health, and my physical safety. I kept myself safe this time. I am not threatening anyone or taking matters into my own hands, only my response, which will remain peaceful, documented, and legal. I'm also attempting to collect a legal binding contract of $10,000 from the Pinellas County Courthouse, which mysteriously, after I started talking about people, got feelings and lost my paperwork en route. Someone called them to say they misplaced my on a legal Florida courthouse, which is sick to me. I should be getting my money yesterday's millennium, but now they're prolonging it, and I'm waiting on Seattle to send the documentation, the legal documentation. I have receipts that I have to go through, and I'm going to call them tomorrow. They're trying to oppress me more than they oppress Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I am not filing for bankruptcy again. I will gladly pay a fee monthly to keep that shit off my credit, and we work But I'm not paying no. If I have the money, I'll pay the whole thing off. But I'm not. I'm I'm good. I'm good over here. I believe unnecessary delays and problems with the documentation have made it far more difficult than it should have been. And it was a woman who contacted me mysteriously. It's only a couple of papers I sent. How did that documentation on a federal or state grounds get lost? I know what I sent in. I wonder if Chris has something to do with it, or any of those batshit crazy women up at Governor Little's office. I am frustrated. And then one lady had a nerve to say she never heard of a smear campaign at the house where all of the House of Representatives and all of the lieutenant governor, the governor, the attorney general stands. She ain't never heard of a smear campaign at the Secretary of the State. What do you have no authority over me. You don't understand you were the only person I contacted about presidency, which implicates you. What is supposed to go through your ears before anyone else's? I have you recorded saying that shit. I understand the frustration alone doesn't establish why the delay occurred. I will not continue doing nothing. I got enough documentation with the courts and everyone else. My recovery now requires me to focus on what I need, not merely what I want. What I want is that $5 million. What I want is my $10,000 judgment. What I want is fair trials. But we got so many corrupted politicians and attorneys and lawyers and prosecutors and judges and everybody that is not what I'm getting, that I need and not want. I need stable housing for me to build my credit back up. I need the appropriate mental health care without judgment or prejudice. I need physical health care without you taking up for a woman. I need dental treatment without you ignoring my dental treatment. I need personal safety because these immigrants be running around 20 different cars, 20 different cars, and all you seem to do when they get here is give small little boxes to them. You keep the car right at my fucking car, which I feel has been exploited and exacerbated with the technology you done gotten in it. Random cars, 4 cars is fine, but up to 20 cars is an overkill. That sounds like an illegal investigation with no real grounds. I need personal safety, financial stability, and an environment where I can recover without the constant conflict. After extensive research, I've selected a location I will believe to provide greater stability and better, way better opportunities from good immigrants, good people that are legal, and good people like white and black and Hispanic. But are there good illegal immigrants? I, I'll be planning my next move carefully with as little conflict as possible. I am fortunate that I saved some money and continue thinking ahead. I didn't buy nothing grossly frivolous or stupid. I saved it because I knew one day I would need it. I believe my situation could have become much worse with those resources were not readily available. I have spoken publicly about racial and political discrimination all throughout the day I did and beyond that. Let me be completely clear to people that are new watching me. I do not hate white women like some of them want me to. Let's just say the difference between me and you is before I even came to this place, I've been talking good about white people. Before I even came anywhere, whether I was conflicted or confused or trying to figure out maybe that was what they deserved, never crossed my mind. Even after I hit a woman that was white for y'all putting methamphetamine in my tincture. I never purposefully hit anyone. You took the hit, and I know you're out there watching because you called me the B word and I hit you. And I was under the influence of some unknown substance, which I believe was meth, because you got to cheat to win. And now I look like I'm just around hitting women. Haven't done nothing in 5 years, don't even want to consume anything marijuana like. And because I want y'all to know something. Take out one chemical from methamphetamine. Do you still got methamphetamine or a substance without the methamphetamine? That could end up legally binding as a weed drug too. So I do not hate white women. And I don't know why they sat up there and put Democrat. I definitely hate them, but I have no hate crime into the degree that I'm like following them, cruising around with an illegal weapon or a couple of them with some cocaine in my system or some methamphetamine, legally knowing that shit is in my system, scouting out white women and white men that are Democrats, going to their house and doing some harm to them. They do that to me. They follow me. They ain't baking cookies. They ain't doing it for their health. I care about people of every race and gender who possess the courage to stand up against corruption, discrimination, or deceit. My criticism concerns our conduct, not the inherent worth of any race or gender. I call it like I see it. If you happen to be black and my eye is crooked because of a black guy, I have stomach issues because of a black guy. I, I can't lie. I Something happened to me I don't even want to address, but something happened to me where all men of all races did it to me. So it was curable, but I ain't letting that shit happen again. I'm not going to allow somebody to get in my vagina or mouth that has no respect for me and would rather have sex with someone who smells inappropriately. And you try to bring that shit back to me? I'm not going for that. You be with that inappropriately smelling woman and leave me alone. What looks good on camera doesn't always looks or smell good. And I'd rather be fresh and tight than loose and fishy. When I describe I'm not finished. Every allegation, I'm skipping. I am a proud Republican, but I do not believe that anyone should be harassed or denied fair treatment because of political affiliation. Political disagreement is protected in this country. Oppression, retaliation, violence, and unlawful discrimination are not acceptable, regardless of which political party is involved. I have experienced encounters in public that have made me feel targeted, taunted, followed, touched without my permission, and deliberately provoked. Another woman, she must have got the call from these sick Democrat and Republican women that I was en route to Walmart. I have a cart fully, I'm handling a cart right with two hands. And she come near me and touch me, talking about there's carts over there. You don't know me. The last occurrences I had with you was from an immigrant that wanted to act like I was stealing at the store and they had nothing on me. And then the same parking lot, which was a third occurrence in Meridian, with some white woman driving in circles around my Mercedes, giving me the finger and spewing out with her friend belligerent shit. This is sick. I ain't intercepting or interpreting shit differently. You can say all you want, this is in my mind, but I've called the police and you're cool. You're cool because they have sick white privilege here. Their white privilege say no matter what, if you're not white fully, we won't help you. That's their creed they stand by. They supposed to protect and serve, but if I'm not fully white and I don't look white to them, they don't want to fuck with me. Because if I was white, this shit would not be happening. For that, I documented enough. I'm documenting, but not like that no more. I do, for the record, I don't want to be violent because I had plenty of opportunities, people invading my space, following me with their children, doing sick shit around me to be violent. I will not respond to conflict with violence. I so what all of you. I so what all of you. If you are in on it, I so what you. You don't have to open the door for me. I ain't looking for nobody to open the door. Fuck you in that door. I feel unsafe, overwhelmed, and provoked. I will create distance like I always do. And they always find a way around me. Leave a location when possible. I do that all the time. Try to find cameras that are watching me in case some illegal activity, which always happen. Contact, can't contact no one. And I'm good. And seek no professional. They're all in on it here. I believed in officers of the law. I believed in them, but I no longer respect none of them. I don't know who to trust. So if you are mad at that statement after all I've been through, then so what? Like I said, I so what you. I will so what you. I don't care no more. That don't mean I'm violent. That don't mean I'm being funny. I will so what you and ignore you and pretend like you don't even exist. Because at the end of the day, now that I know what I need to do, I have the right to remain silent. My disputed detentions of mental health admissions severely damaged that trust. They won't give me the 128-minute footage after I paid for it. I'm just going to tell them I want my money back. That's all I'm going to tell them. They can keep that fucked up footage. They have to live with that bullshit. But don't go calling around trying to fuck up other people's thoughts and opinions about me. I believe those experiences were mishandled and caused a significant harm to my life. At the same time, I would not, I don't, everyone, I'm sorry. Because the evidence I reviewed based on how they treat me like I'm this overly gravely disabled person shows they're either jealous, they envious, or they hate me. My top priority for my mental health, my dental health, and everything involved is to move forward before another crisis event occurs. I do not want to return to jail for nothing stupid, someone drugging me again, or experience another unwanted and illegal hospitalization, or become involved in another sick verbal confrontation. Because I'm not with that cattiness. You can play that shit with your little daughters, your sons, and your sisters, and your mother. Don't play that shit with me. I ain't going for that little yap, 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 yap shit. Do your job. I deserve safe housing, respectful neighbors, professional property management, appropriate health care, and the opportunity to live like I want to peacefully in a house and not an apartment so someone can move in quickly, not in a townhouse so someone can move and do the same thing for 7 long years almost they did. No, I deserve to be peaceful in my own quarters. If you come near there, I'm just going to call the police. Recovery does not mean pretending that nothing happened. I am bipolar, schizophrenia, and I could go down a list of the other symptoms. But don't make me have to suppress or oppress what I've been through because you can't handle the truth. Recovery means telling my story responsibly, preserving the evidence, pursuing legitimate remedies, and refusing to allow anger to control my future. Once again, I have to isolate myself from the equation and leave. I'm not willingly leaving. I thought I would get a house here, but I see it's not going nowhere. Democratic state to Democratic state, the same bullshit. My presidential journey is a part of my documented history. I will promote myself on the Library of Congress, not with those videos you just seen, but I will maybe not. I'll call them and ask them if is it able to be, because I gladly pay for myself right now till I get ready to interview somebody. All you did was take away from my time. I stepped forward and participated. No one can erase the fact that I used my voice. Now I'm entering a new chapter. I am focusing on my health, rebuilding my credit, which is coming, collecting money that is lawfully owed to me, securing stable housing, and protecting my future through peaceful and legal decisions. I will always remember what I experienced, but I will not allow it to destroy the rest of my life. I am moving forward with discipline, integrity, documentation, and determination. This is my, not yours, not any of yours, recovery. This is my recovery. It's my record. And it's my decision to choose peace. Peace over violence, corruption, jails, institutions, and death, while continuing to stand up for what we believed in and made law in the 1950s and 60s, moving forward. My rights. Thank you. I don't have nothing else to say. I should be doing a show later, but FYI, I'm about to go commando and clean up my house and then take a shower. And then after I clean up my house in commando mode, I love doing it that way. Then I'm going to the AI don't know what I'm talking about, but unless they pop up and be like, Kimberly Cloud AI summary says Kimberly Cloud says that she's trying to go commando, aka NAKED. But I do that. I do that. I don't care who's watching. I'm not saying it in a nastiest way. There's men that literally use a filter to smoke weed legally on Facebook. So forgive me if I'm not being fully professional. This is my show. And until the CEO of LinkedIn and any other platform block me indefinitely, I suggest you do what Dave Chappelle said and shut the up and let me do my show.